All right, everybody. Seahawks practice just wrapped up a little bit ago, and we got some really good news. In fact, as far as this practice goes, it's pretty much all good news because we already cleared out the Derek Young thing earlier today. We already knew about that. So, as it pertains to this particular practice session, we didn't get an actual injury report because we don't have to do one until Wednesday, but the news couldn't have been that much better, really, when it comes to getting these players back and getting them moving towards being able to play. And the big one, of course, most of you guys probably already know about this one. Devon Witherspoon was practicing, and apparently during the part of practice that media was able to watch, was practicing in full. So we're back. We are back. It is all ogre. Shut it down. Devon Witherspoon is back in action. So they said he would probably miss the Rams game, but they didn't say he definitely would. And we've still got 6 days. Obviously, I definitely want people to pump their brakes just a little bit with this guy. He's a rookie. He missed a lot of training camp, missed preseason. I don't feel like I don't feel some burning need to force him out there if he's not ready to positively contribute. I don't need him to go out there to get beat up. I don't need him to go out there to get burned by these substandard receivers that the Rams are going to have to throw out there because it doesn't look like they have Cooper Kupp. So take it easy with him, but this is a big step in the right direction. He practiced, as near as we can tell anyway, in full today. So you got to give him a chance to play this weekend. But the important thing to me really is if he's practicing today and he's doing pretty much everything, he'll probably be out there week 2 when it's actually going to matter. I mean, when you think about it, a guy like Devon Witherspoon, you might have thrown him at Cooper Kupp because Witherspoon's a little bit smaller. Witherspoon's more of a man corner in the mold of a guy you would like to throw at a Cooper Kupp. So if Cooper Kupp's not out there, you don't necessarily need Witherspoon as much. But you get to week 2 and they're throwing Amon-Ra St. Brown out there. Yeah, you're going to want Witherspoon out there chasing him around maybe. So great news. Welcome back, Devon Witherspoon. Really, really happy about this one. Everybody calm down. Take a little bit of a break here. I see so many hate comments on this guy already when he hasn't really done anything yet. So everybody just chill out for at least a day. Maybe tomorrow something else will happen. But right now, good news on Witherspoon. And it's not the only good news. This was the big one. This was the one that I was really excited and hoping to see today. But there's more. There is more. We got Darrell Taylor back in practice. At the very least, part of practice. Again, there's only so much the media can see. There's a lot of stuff they don't see. But Darrell Taylor was back, and he was a guy who had been discussed quite a bit as somebody who was going to return last week. So when he did not, it was a little bit concerning. Taylor figures to be important on this defense this year. I know that he's not everything we're hoping he was going to be when we drafted him, but he is something. He can play. He belongs. He offers positive things to this team, especially in a year like this when you're probably going to be able to put Mafe and Nwosu out there full-time on neutral downs, and Taylor only has to worry about playing passing downs where he can just focus on what he's actually good at. So Witherspoon and Taylor are back. Also participating in at least part of practice were JSN and Devin Bush, but we knew about those guys already from last week. Obviously, JSN's in a race against the clock trying to get back out there. We'll see how that works out. I expect Bush to be fine. He had his concussion on last Saturday, so that was 9 days ago. He pretty much immediately got back out there practicing. Concussions typically keep you out for about 2 weeks. So I wasn't expecting him to miss the first game anyway, and I really don't expect him to miss it now because he's practicing so much in the last week or so. So more good news there, I guess. Again, nothing shocking, but that's not all. Yeah, this is an infomercial. It just kind of keeps going here. Mike Morris back at practice. That was a guy who I did not think was going to be ready for week 1, but you got to give him a chance now. Now, I'm going to say the exact same thing about him that I did about Witherspoon. He's a rookie, missed a lot of time this offseason, Don't be surprised if we hold him out, even though he's physically ready to go, because he just doesn't have the reps. It's all about the reps right now with these guys. So just having him back out there on the practice field is huge, though, because I thought that guy was going to miss some serious time because of the shoulder procedure he had. They were acting like it was going to be kind of a big deal, but the fact that he's out there now tells me that sooner rather than later, we're going to see Mike Morris suit up in an actual game for these Seahawks. And unlike Witherspoon, Morris did play in one preseason game, I guess. So he's got maybe a little bit of a head start there in terms of reps. So, yeah, that's a pretty good trifecta of returning players today. Witherspoon, Taylor, Morris. Important parts of this defense. If this defense wants to make big steps forward this season, then those three guys are probably going to have to be a part of it, all three of them. So, again, mostly just good news from this update. The only thing that I'm waiting on, the one thing that was kind of missing, I guess, would be McIntosh. Kenny McIntosh, because when he got hurt, they said it was going to be a couple weeks. That was a month ago. More than a month, maybe. Yeah, I think it's actually been a little more than a month. And not only am I not hearing that he's back, I'm not even hearing his name. So I wonder what happened there. I wonder if things were worse than expected or something got aggravated. But I feel like McIntosh isn't even on this team right now. So I'm pretty confused about that. I was hoping we might at least hear an update today, but nothing. So at this point, I guess we can assume that McIntosh is going to miss a little bit of time unless he got healthy and it just completely slipped in under the radar, I guess. But yeah, I think we pretty much know at this point what our initial short-term IR is going to look like. Just going to be Derek Young. I thought Morris was the other guy. I thought Cam Young was the third guy maybe who could go on. And neither guy looks like they're going to miss much time at all. They're both back at practice because remember, Cam Young returned last week. So, again, be patient with these guys. They're rookies. I would love for them to be out there week one, but we don't need all of our horses to be heavy favorites in that game. We just don't. And we shouldn't need all our horses to win that game, period. So that's the update for today. I don't think we're going to get too much tomorrow. And then Wednesday, we get our first injury report. That'll start giving us at least an idea of what we're looking at with the Seahawks injury situation. I expect to see a lot of questionables or, limited participation, rather. And that's not necessarily going to tell us a lot, but at least it'll give us an idea of who's actually close and who's not. Like, it would be, imagine if we got to Wednesday and Mike Morris wasn't even listed on the injury report. That would be pretty indicative of him being able to actually play, and he was just kind of behind the scenes getting better this whole time. Okay, so that's basically all I got from this practice session. Good news all the way around. The injured reserve is a little cleaner than I was expecting, and we're getting key players back. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Go Hawks, and feel good for now. Feel good for now. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but for now, I think it's time to feel pretty good.